back. So I've got my dogs in. We're good. So we cut this one out at 8 inches. We need to cut this at 7 7/8 so it matches the rest of everything that we've got. Okay. And then, so it should all match now. Okay, so it does. It matches. I think. Yeah, okay. So now we're going to go ahead and just glue on this piece here. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and glue that on. And for this part, a lot of people use their glue. I use score tape still because I just do. And I just like the way that it turns out when I use score tape. So I'm going to make sure that my cameras kind of are in between my my spine grooves. So the arrows are going to be on either side. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab my 2-inch tape. Okay, so here's my 2-inch tape. And I'm just going to put this on here. So I'm just going to go ahead and lay this down right on there, just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to cut that. Okay, I'm going to burnish that down. I just thought that it would be really neat to use a border for the inside of the spine, because sometimes we do use like the whole sheet of paper, but I thought, why not mix it up just a bit? So I think that it'll work. I think it'll be okay, and I think it'll work out really nice. So just need to go ahead and take off the back part of this. And I'm just going to go ahead and stick, I don't know which way I want my cameras, probably this way. So I'm just going to stick my cameras in, make sure my cameras are in between my spine here, okay? And I want to make sure that I have the spaces are evened out. So, and I think they are. So, okay. Alright guys, I gotta go. I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I went ahead and laid my border down, and then I just went ahead and got my bone folder, went along the grooves where my closure is, okay, and I think I put it a little crooked, or I don't know. I thought it was straight. So, but that's okay. I'm good with that. So I'm just going to go ahead and bend my book a little bit, because my cameras are still in the middle, so I'm good with that. So I'm just bending my front and my back cover up a bit, okay, just to make sure that it's good to bend, okay, because that's what you want. You want it to bend, okay, just like that, okay. And then we're going to go ahead and put on our pieces of paper. So, and you're just going to match your piece of paper right up to that line right there, okay. And I am covering up my arrows, and that's exactly what I wanted, so I really didn't care if they showed or not. So I'm fine with that. So just doing it just like that. So for this, I'm going to go ahead and put on the outer edge my score tape, okay, right here. And then I'm going to go ahead and put glue on in the center, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead. And when I put the glue down, I was going to tell you guys, don't put a lot of glue. Okay. I have such a heavy hand with glue, and I think I've always been that way since I was a little kid. So I think that's why I use score tape so much, or not so much, but why I do like score tape, because I feel like I have more control with the glue. I love the art glitter glue, and I will use it every time just because that stuff is awesome. But I just have a heavy hand with that glue. And so, if you've seen my videos, you know I have a heavy hand with that glue. So it's amazing that I don't run out of it faster. But so go ahead and keep going here. Okay, and then again, I'm just going to grab my burnishing tool, which is my Pampered Chef scraper. That's awesome. So, yay. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and peel off my tape. And if you need to put more glue up here or anything, you know, you can do that. So, yeah. So there is our book. And mine is just not catching on that. Okay. So, there is our book. So now we can go ahead and we can go ahead and start doing the inside. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started with our pockets. So for our pockets, as I did this book, okay, I wrote down a lot of different directions. So if you see me reaching for papers, it's because I wrote down my directions for the book. So for this part here, let's see here, hold on one second. This is not it. Okay, so for this part here, I don't know where the... Oh wait, here they are. Okay, sorry. This was to something else, and I was like, wait, this is to a different project. Okay, so for the pocket that's right here, which is this part, okay, this is what's going to hold. And I made this part actually for dollar bills or whatever. You know, if you want to put your dollar bills in here, that's cool. That's what I made it for, to put dollar bills in here. And it's really stretchy, so I thought that that would be really a good way to keep your dollar bills in here. Or you can put other papers in there, whatever you want, documents or whatever. And then in here, you know, some people do need their driver's license in here. So I think on one of these I'm going to cut out a window, and we'll do acetate on this. So one will be covered, and then the other one will have acetate for your driver's license. Okay, so so that's what we're going to do here. This pocket here doesn't go all the way down, but I think on this paper, on this little display, but I am going to make this pocket longer, because I think that it needs to be longer. So if you have tickets or whatever, or documents, you can slide those in there. And I actually went ahead and I was going to kind of close this at first, but then I started thinking about it, and I think I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to leave this open. So you'll have two pockets, one here and one here, but this pocket here will actually have a slit on it, so you can see what's on this side. Okay, this pocket will not, because this pocket will hold your dollar bills. So okay, so for the pockets, you can use your black piece of paper or whatever cardstock you're using, and I think I'm going to go ahead and use mine with that. And so for my pocket, you will need, okay, so for the first pocket, it's going to be at, oh yeah, okay, it's going to be at 4.25 by 9. So you will need a 9-inch piece, so 4.25. So we'll go ahead and cut 4.25. Okay, so we'll cut that first. Four and a quarter by 9, because this is going to make our pocket. Okay, and so you will need your scoreboard. And on this one, we're going to score a 1/2 inch. So we'll score a 1/2 inch here on. You're going to have it on the 4.25 inch side. You're going to score a 1/2 inch. And I'm actually going to use my other bone folder, because that one doesn't score very well. So, and then I'm going to turn it to the 9-inch side, and I'm going to score a 1/2 inch here. And since it's at the 9, I already know that it's a 1/2 inch, so at 8.5 you're going to score here. Okay. Then you're going to go ahead and just cut at that X part. You're going to cut upward. Okay, and then you can go ahead and burnish these. Okay. Just like that. And then, so if you want to cover this, okay, we can cover this before we stick it down. So, and I'm actually going to go ahead and just trim a little bit of this off. You're just going to angle just a tad. So, just a little tiny bit, not a lot, just like that. And so, sorry you guys, I don't know, it's the dog and the cat again. So, I don't know why she doesn't like the cat. Everyone else loves that cat. Don't know. So there you go. So you're just going to angle those in just a bit, okay? Just a tad. And and you know what? I can't tell if it's yeah, okay. All right, there we go. Sorry, you guys. I'm trying to see you guys. Okay. I see my computer. So, okay, so if you guys want to cover this right now, we can go ahead and cut our paper to cover this, okay? And that is actually going to be at 3 5/8 by 7 7/8, okay? So 3 5/8 by 7 7/8. So now this is where you're going to need to, pick your paper, whatever you want to use. So so we went ahead and glued on our paper onto our pocket, and now we can go ahead and we can attach our pocket to our book, just like this. So you can go ahead and bring it in just a bit, so that way it is, right on the edge, right there. You want a little bit of this part, you can see a little bit, unless you want to butt it up right up against that, you can do that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and just put mine on that same seam right there. So okay, so just need my glue. Okay, and I think I'm running out of glue, you guys, so I'm just going to put some glue here. Whoops. And some glue down here. And some glue here. And I'm just going to put it right at that seam. Okay? And I'm just going to make sure that it's right there. That seam. Okay. And you can go ahead and open it up. Oops. You can get your bone folder. That's usually what I do. Is I just grab my bone folder, poke it inside, and make sure my little tabbies are glued down. I don't know why they're not gluing down, but they're not. So there is your pocket. So just like that. So maybe it just needs a little bit of time to dry for some reason. I don't know why it's not holding down. But okay. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and move on to the ticket pocket. So the ticket pocket is on this side. And so for that one, you are going to need another 4 1/4 by 9 inch paper. Okay, so we're going to need another 4 1/4. Okay, and you do want to keep these little scraps, okay, because we will be using these scraps that we're cutting, okay. So I made sure that pretty much out of the 2 cardstocks that we are using, that we will be using those, okay. So you will be using scraps. And then for this one, what I did was I went ahead and made like a little, just like a little design in mine, and you can do that too. So you know, it's totally up to you again how you want to design yours. And so this is what it looks like. So after I remove this passport from here, okay, you're going to go ahead and cut it at an angle, and I might go ahead and just not make this part here very blunt. I might go ahead and cut it a little bit more over. So in order to do that, what I think we need to do is, so since we want this part open, we actually don't need this little tab. We just need this one here, okay? So we can actually cut this part off. So we're going to go ahead and grab our trimmer, okay? And we're going to cut this down. We're just going to cut off that piece there, okay? And you're going to go ahead and just measure, okay? So you'll go ahead and mark it at 1.5 inches, okay? And I'm just going to grab my pencil. So this is how I make my, sometimes how I do my little border. Sometimes I just play it by, I just eyeball it. But you'll take your ruler, put your 1/2 inch on this side. Go ahead and mark it on this side, right there. And you're going to cut down, yeah, see, that only gives us a little bit. So maybe we want to, let's do 1 inch. Let's go ahead and do 1 inch and see. So again, put your inch right there, and you're going to go ahead and mark it, okay? And if you're using a light colored paper like blue or white, you want to do it like very light, okay? So, and then here you're just going to go ahead and put it in your paper trimmer and just kind of cut off at an angle. Okay, now you can make your angle very long or you can make it very short, however you want. So if you see how I'm cutting it, you can see how short it can go or how long it can go. Okay, so for me, I'm going to do mine pretty long. So I'm actually going to be doing where my point is over the, let's see, here's 2 right here. This is 2 inches. So my point is actually at 2 and 2 1/4. So that's how long I'm doing mine. So I'm just cutting it there. So my long part, it's pretty long. It's probably a little longer than what I wanted, but that's okay. No worries. So you'll want to save this part because this is how, when you cover this, this is what you're going to use. Okay. So, what you're going to do now is go ahead and grab another piece of paper. So if you wanted to use the same paper, you can use the same paper, or you could use a different one for this side, whatever you would like to do. So I think for this side I'm going to use green. I'm going to use this green, like that. So I kind of want to mix mine up a bit. That way, because, you know, north, south, and west, so my ticket, it's going to be my ticket area. So I know that that's where I want that. Okay, so 4 1/4, so we're going to go ahead and cut this. I believe it's going to be at 3 5/8 again. Or no, yeah, 3 5/8. Okay, by 7 7/8. So 3 5/8. By 7 7/8. So that piece that I was telling you all to hold on to right here, okay, this is your part right here. So actually this, all you have to do is just push this up to this corner here, okay, and you can trace it, and then that'll be your line, okay, so you know where to cut, just like that, okay, and then you know where to cut your line. So you just line it up on your scoreboard and you cut it out. So I think mine is a little bit crooked. Let's see. It's not crooked. It's, I don't think I cut it very to size, so I might have to cut off just a sliver. So just going to follow my pencil line right here. Just like that. And there we go. So if you have pencil lines on your paper like I do, you can erase it, okay? So no one's going to see that now. And then you can go ahead and cover up your little pocket here, and then we will move on to making the PassPort pockets, and then we'll make the window for our credit, or for your what do you call it, your driver's license, and then a pocket for the credit card. So I just thought that this was like super cute paper. And I do have to owe a friend of mine. She gave me this idea. So I really appreciate her, you know, giving me the idea to make this. And I just thought it was like really nice of her to share that idea with me. So just want to give a shout out and say thank you, Kimmy. I thought it was a really cute idea, and I really appreciate you sharing that with me. I mean, that's one thing about, you know, us crafters, is that, you know, it's kind of nice to bounce ideas off of each other. You know, if you want to do something and you're not sure how to do that, you can always ask somebody, or, you know, and people, some people are willing to help you out. So it's really nice when you have those friends that are willing to do that. So, okay, so here's our pocket. It's all dried. Yay! So, of course, you can put your money in there, okay? And then this one here is going to go just like that. So again, I'm going to go ahead and push it back over to this seam here. Or you don't have to, you can go ahead and just you can leave a little bit of a border on that if you wanted to, whatever you want to do. So I'm just going to push this down. Okay, and I'm lining it up with that edge of that paper, and I'm making sure that it's straight. Okay. Alrighty. So there is our pocket. So that's where your tickets can go, and then your money goes in here. And so our next thing that we're going to do is we're going to be working on our passport pockets. Okay, so that is the next thing we're going to be working on. So our thing is coming together really nice, y'all. And then we can just do the cover, the front cover, and then we're good. So our passport pockets I thought would be super cute using that paper. So we're going to use, I'm going to use this part here. I really think this is super cute. And so I'm going to go ahead and, I don't know, I like this one, but I like this. But I don't want to use this one. I cut that one already, and, it's the green. I didn't use a lot of the green, so I don't know where the rest of that green paper went. There we go. Found it. I really like this part because it shows the airplane and then it shows the boat. So I think I'm going to use this part right here. So I'm going to use this part for the up top part, and then this part for the bottom part pocket. So, and then this will save. So, I'm going to use, this one is in the back of the green. So super cute, super cute, super cute. So, again, we need these to be 4 1/4 by 4 3/4. So I'm going to go ahead and measure out. So I've got my two pockets for this part here. Okay, this is going to be for our these are our passport pockets, okay? So there's these two pockets, and then there's this one. This one is another passport pocket, or it can be used for a paper pad. So if you wanted to, you could put a piece of paper pad in here as well, okay? So so that's what that's for. So okay, so now that we've got these two pockets cut, we are going to score at, okay, so these pockets are going to be double scored. And what I mean by that is that we're going to score this one at 3/8. Okay, so you're going to score it at 3/8 all the way down. And then you're going to score it again at 1.5, or yeah, at a 1/2 inch mark. Okay, so you're going to score it at 3/8 and then at 1/2 inch. And then you're going to come over and you're going to score it at, then you're going to score it at 4 1/8, okay, and then you're going to score it at 1 1/4, okay, and that's what I mean by double scored, because, and let me see if I can zoom in for you guys. I love this feature. It makes it so easy for me to do this for you guys. So see how I double scored it? So 3/8 and a 1/2 inch, and then you come over here and you're going to score at 4 1/8, and then you're going to score at 4 1/4. Okay. So then you're going to turn your paper, okay, and you're actually going to score again at the bottom part. This is your bottom part. You're going to score at a 1/2 inch. And at 5/8. Okay. And the reason why we're doing this is because your passports are thick. Okay, so they need this. We need to have it a little bit more rounded, so your book will fit in there. Okay, that's why we do that. Okay, so again, I'm going to go ahead and grab our other one. You're going to score at 3/8, and then you're going to score at a 1/2 inch, 4 1/8, and 4 1/4. You're going to turn it to whichever way is your bottom. Okay, if you're using a pattern paper, and it doesn't matter, you can, you know, but I want my little guys to show, so so I have to face it the right way. So you're going to score it at a 1/2 inch for your bottom part, and then at 5/8 inch. Okay. Okie dokie. So there we go. So now when you burnish this, you're going to burnish both of those score lines. Okay. So we want both of them to be burnished. Okay, and you're going to end up with a little pocket like this. Okay, so your little passport book can fit in that. Okay, and I'm going to show you guys here in just one second. And then here, what we're going to do is, for that pocket, you are going to cut okay, you guys, so when we go ahead and cut this, okay, I had to do a little cut. So we are actually going to go ahead and cut the whole thing like that. Okay, so you're going to still cut that little X that you see. Okay, and you're going to go ahead and glue this down. So you're still going to do it like you would do a regular pocket. Okay. And your book would fit in there just like this. Okay, so actually it will fit in there like that. Okay, just like that. So, so that's one pocket. Okay. Your second pocket is the same way, except for this one will be done a little bit different, okay? Because we need to fit it inside of the other pocket. Okay, so for this one here, you will actually go ahead and just cut it down. Okay, so from here to here. Okay, and that's okay because we're still gonna it'll still fit in there. Okay, so you're gonna cut a little bit above that line. Okay, just like this. Okay, so on that second fold, okay, just like that, you're gonna cut it. Okay, just like that. Okay, and then this, or actually, I'm sorry, you're gonna cut this off here. Cut those little tails off, that little pointy edge, you don't need that. Okay, and it's gonna fold in like this. Okay, just like that. I think I cut one side bigger than the other, that's okay. So now, okay, so just like that, and then this is actually going to fit in there, okay, just like that. All right, so that's how that's going to go. So this is going to go first, and then my other one will go up in there like that, or yeah, just like that. Okay, so that's how that's going to fit. So you're going to bring these over just like this. Okay, and I might even cut this down. I don't know. I want to cut it down, but I don't want to miss the plane. So I'm going to go ahead and put the plane there, just like that. And you need to leave a little bit of room, about 1/4 of an inch. Or no, not 1/4 of an inch. I'm silly. I think it's about 2 inches. It's about 1.5 inches from here. So what I did was I went ahead and this, just to let you guys know, this is my own take on stuff. So so I did the measurements all myself. This is something that I thought of how to make. So there wasn't a pattern. I didn't follow a pattern. This is something that I totally did on my own. So so here, I'm just going to go ahead and mark this right here because I don't want anything past that line. Okay, so at 1.5 inches, you're going to make a line, and you're not going to go past that line with your pocket. Okay, because we need this for another pocket. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put my little pocket here. Okay, and then this one is going to slide right in here, just like that. Okay, and for this, because this is going to stick like, this is going to be like this. Okay, right here. Okay, and that little pocket thing is going to be right here. Okay, so actually, you know what, maybe, okay, so once we're done with our pockets, okay, making our little pockets for our ticket side, we're going to go ahead and glue this down. But for the back of this one, okay, because our slit is right here, we do need to put a cover on the back of this. Okay, so basically I just chose a scratch piece of paper. Whatever you want to use is, you know, whatever. So I just am going to use a scratch piece of paper, and I thought maybe, I don't know, because it's not going to be seen, so it doesn't really matter like what paper you put back here unless you know, you're going to be looking at it. But so it really doesn't matter what you use, whatever you would like. So I think on this one here, I'm going to go ahead and just add I think I'm just going to put this on here, on the back of this. So I'm just going to go ahead and put glue on here, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and add this to the back of here. And I'm just going to go ahead, and I'm just putting it up in that corner. Whoops. Right here, okay? So, because our slit is big right here, see, if you put your pocket on there, it's going to show that flap, and your stuff is going to get stuck on that flap every time. So that's why you want to put a cover on this one, okay? So that's why I was thinking about that. And we're just going to burnish this down. Okay, and now you're just going to cut off the excess that you see. So I'm just going to cut this off here. You're going to cut it here at that angle. Okay. You're going to cut it up here, right underneath that little flap. You can feel it when you start cutting. Then you're going to cut that. Okay. And then you're going to come back up here, and you're going to cut right underneath there, just like that. So there is your little pocket. Okay, so that is a good way to, like if you're ever doing a pocket and you need, you know, you have a little problem like that, you can just cover your little pocket in the back. So I'm just cutting off some excess there. Okay, so that can go there, and that will slide up and through there. So again, we went ahead and measured this out, and this is a 1/2 inch, and we marked it. So we're going to put this pocket on here, and again, we may need to cover this one because this is kind of showing on here too. So let's go ahead and do that. I would rather feel safe than sorry, you know, with our little pockets. So again, we're going to go ahead and cover this. So we're going to go ahead and just put some glue on the back of here. And then now we're just going to go ahead and glue this down. And because we're going to have a space right there, I'm only going to do like 1/2 of this, okay, because I don't know where that space, and I think it ends like right in through here somewhere. But, so I don't want to get glue on the bottom of that. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and push that down. And again, you know, we went ahead and fixed that part, so it's a full pocket. Then we can go ahead and slide this one in here, just like that, okay? And that will slide in just like that. And then this one, what we can do is we can go ahead and leave off some here. So you'll just do like a tad of this, okay? You won't do this whole side until we get it in there and we find out where we're going to need the glue. So, okay, so there is that part there. Whoops. So I want my little boat to show. Now you can make your pockets smaller, so if you did want them smaller, you know, you can do that. So You know what I needed to do was put this in here. I just remembered. So I know how far down to go. Whoops. So, because you don't, and I guess it's going to cover my boat, which is fine. That's fine. So, because I don't want my passport showing up through here, okay? Especially when you're on a trip, okay? You don't want to lose that. So, then my other passport is going to fit in here. Let's see. Just like that. So, both of our passports fit in there. Yay! So, so there is both of our passports. They fit really snug in there, and then you have your pocket for your tickets back in through here. Okay, so I'm going to zoom out so I don't get off camera. Okay, so now we just need something right here. So, and then for this little pocket here, I went ahead and did a... Hi guys, I'm back. So for our bottom pocket, which is going to go right here, okay, you are going to cut a piece of paper that is 2.5 by 5.5, okay? So, I'm just going to measure this out. Sure, it's 2.5. So I've got 2.5 by 5.5, and there is my 5.5 right there. So okay. So I thought that this would be like super fun paper. So I'm going to actually use this one here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut a little bit off of this one here. I think this is super cute. So 5.5. Okay, so now you're going to go ahead and stick this on your scoreboard, okay, and you're going to go ahead and score at 3/8. Okay, so you're going to score at 3/8, a 1/2 inch, 5/8, 3/4, and 7/8. Okay, and then you're going to switch it around and you're going to do the same thing. So 3/8, a 1/2 inch, 5/8, 3 1/4, and 7/8. And then you're going to turn it this way. You're going to turn it lengthways or long ways, and where it's at the 2.5, and you're going to score at 3/8. Okay, you score at 3/8, a 1/2 inch, and 5/8. Okay, and then before we fold these accordion, the accordion style, when you have your crisscrosses, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and cut up to the inside lines. Okay, so wait, no, you're not. I can't remember. Okay, so just cut right here on the first line, okay, and then you're going to go ahead and cut right here. Okay, so so for those lines, okay, right there, and then what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and cut straight here and cut straight there. Okay, and that's how you're going to make your little fold, okay, your little area for your accordion. Okay, so you're going to cut here again, just up to that, at a slant, up to that first score line. And let me see if I can come in a little bit. Okay, so you're going to cut just a slant up to that first score line that we did right here. Okay, and then again on the other side, you're going to turn it. Here's the first score line that I did right there. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and do a slant right there. Okay, and then you're going to go straight cut just to that third score line on the inside, and then same thing here. You're going to go straight cut to that third score line. okay, just like that. Okay, so it kind of like is like a zigzag, like it zags here and then in, come out, and then make a little notch again. Okay, and then you're going to go ahead and fold your tabs back. Okay, so when you fold your tabs back, you want to make sure that, because this is what's going to glue down to the inside of your book. Okay, and then you're just going to go ahead and fold it accordion style. Okay, just like you do when you make rosettes. So okay, so there is our little pocket. So I'm just going to go ahead and put him up here. And your little flaps can fit right behind this pocket back here. So if you have, if there's like enough room back there, you can definitely just stick those back behind there. So now I'm just going to go ahead and glue my little pocket in. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom out again. And like I was saying, if you have your little flaps like here, they can fit right behind this little pocket if you have some room in there. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and grab some of my glue. So it's just in a little accordion folder or pocket, and so you're just going to burnish that down on in there, just like that. Okay, and so there you go. So if you have 3 passports, then you can definitely stick the extra one down in there. Okay, it will fit, and actually more than that will fit. So if you had 4, 2 more will fit in there. Okay, so you could actually fit 4 in here all together. So okay, so just to let you know. And then 2, if you wanted to, you could always put a passport on this too. So you could probably get a total of 5 or 6 in here. Okay, so just to let you all know that. And then so now that we have this side all finished, okay, we are going to work on this side. And then